Hi everyone, it's Nisha. So I'm pre-recording this and you will probably see it after Christmas. I'm going to do my Q&As. I don't think I'm going to fit it all in one video, so I might have to do 2 or 3, depends how quickly I answer my questions, because you know I can't answer things just with one word, so we will see. Okay, so the first question, I've got my laptop here so I can read it from under the video, is from Leslie Rouse. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your surname. My question is, do you think YouTube has changed you? And do you think the huge jump in subscribers this past year has made any difference in how you approach your videos? I don't think YouTube has changed me. I mean, changed me in a way that I am more confident on here while I'm talking to you, because I'm used to it now. I've been on YouTube for 4 years, so I suppose that's the only change. I don't think it has changed me in any way. I don't know, what do you think? Now, the huge jump, has it made any difference in how I approach my videos? Yes, of course it does. I feel more pressure. I feel that I need to produce, you know, constantly better content, be consistent, and also the quality of my videos. And I'm probably more stressed about it because I really want to make my videos a pleasure to watch, you know, visually as well, and I don't have any help. I do it all myself. You know, I watch sometimes the bigger YouTubers when they do, I don't know, lookbooks or vlogs or whatever. It's done so beautifully, but then I realized that they have camera people that video for them, and they have people that edit for them and all that, and I do it all myself. So it is a bit more stressful, and I would say it's more work now. And the huge jump in subscribers happened about 5 months ago when I refilmed my hooded eyes do's and don'ts video. So that's when I've noticed, I mean, that video has almost 1 million views now, and that's when I've noticed big jump in subscribers. So yeah, I think I work really hard on my channel. But yeah, I have changed the way I approach my videos, especially with the quality how I make them. You know, I try to put some nice music and the way I edit, and it's all self-taught. So yeah. Okay, Leslie H. Oh, they seem to be all like YouTube videos questions. My question for you is, what was your inspiration for starting your YouTube channel? Well, I started watching YouTube probably 5 years ago or more, so about 1 year and a bit before I started my own channel. And I used to watch makeup tutorials, you know, things that interest me. And I've noticed that there wasn't anybody my age or older doing it. Maybe there was at the time, but I couldn't find any ladies of that age. And as lovely as they are, all the young YouTubers, you know, there is a lot, they created a lot of looks that if you tried it on yourself, or more mature, aging skin, droopy eyes, it would not work. So I felt like I had something to offer and help with something. Obviously, at the very beginning, my videos were not so educational. I mean, I wasn't talking so much how to do things, because I felt a bit, well, who am I? You know, I've just started, I'm not qualified, I'm not a makeup artist. So I started probably with reviews or something like that, just to get myself comfortable here on camera, which was very, very hard. Very, very hard, especially when you don't have any subscribers at first and you just sit there and feel silly talking to yourself. Whereas now, I almost see you all and I feel like I'm talking to you. So yeah, that was my inspiration. Another YouTube question: how do you edit your videos and how did you create your intro? I'm using movie makeup, but I'd love to know what you use. And that was Anne white lace cottage. I edit all my videos on iMovie. I've got iMac computer, and I just use iMovie for everything. I feel it's really easy, it's good enough for what I do. I mean, it's free, comes free with iMac, so I do it on that. My intro, if you're talking about the intro for Christmas, I just paid someone to make it for me, and I'm sure you can find online people, you know, graphic designers and stuff like that, that they will make you something like that. I'm sure there are probably websites that you can make it yourself for small fee. And my usual intros that you see where I have just like my channel name and few clips of the video with some music, I do that myself, and I do it using iMovie as well, all the transitions. And the music, I subscribe to Epidemic Sounds. There's always a link down below, because I have to state that music is from Epidemic Sounds. I pay, I think, $10 a month, something like this, and they have huge music library that we can use. It's royalty free, so you can use it for your videos. Victoria's Roses. Nisha, love all your Christmas videos. Thank you. You really have inspired me, just like last year. How long do you leave up your decorations? They are so beautiful. I leave my decorations up till New Year, so I will start taking them down after New Year. And this is very, very sad time. It's such an anticlimax after all this rush and excitement for Christmas, and everything looks so bare and empty when I take my decorations down, but it has to be done. So yes, I keep it till New Year. Sharon Hosel, I'd like to know how you are able to force yourself to wash your face at night. Sometimes I just don't have the energy for all those steps. How do you do it? I hate it. My least favorite activity of the day, taking my makeup off. I love applying it, but taking it off is another story. And I also go to bed quite late. I like to stay up quite late. So what I try to do is, once I'm done with my day, about 6 o'clock in the afternoon, I go and wash my makeup off then, when I'm not tired yet. And that's why I like using, you know, quick face washes, none of these balms or cream washed and toner, because I just couldn't do it too long. I like to wash and go, so I like to use the, you know, gel face cleansers, foaming cleansers, ones that you can rinse off with water. But I do take my makeup off every night, even if I've had a few glasses of wine. It's no good to go to bed with all that stuff on your face. So I always do it. And you know, there are days that I won't take it off as early as 6 o'clock in the evening, and then I really hate myself for it, because I feel tired and it's just time to go to bed, and I know I have to wash my makeup off. And there isn't that many steps to it, because once I've washed it off, whatever is left, because you never can remove everything like the mascara, and I finish it off with something like micellar water, or I use the Johnson's face wipes, makeup wipes. And then I just, if I need to exfoliate, I quickly exfoliate, and then I just put my serum on, eye cream and face cream, and that's it, and I'm done. So it's not that many steps. It's still pain in the butt though. Kim Hugh, hi Kim. My question is, how old were you when you fell in love with makeup, and have you always been as good at applying it as you are now? And how long have you been married? Okay, so yeah, I think I fell in love with makeup very early on. And my mum always had full face of makeup on. My mum was a very glamorous, well, still is, I suppose, but when I was much younger, she obviously worked in an office, and they used to call her Alexis, you know, Alexis Carrington from Dynasty, because she always was dressed, you know, in a skirt, suit, high heels, face done, hair never out of place. So I suppose watching her growing up, I loved makeup straight away. Have I always been good at applying it? Yes, I think so. I mean, obviously over the years my techniques would have improved with practice, but yeah, I think I was always quite good at applying makeup. I remember I used to always do it for my friends. So yeah, I mean, there have been some crazy looks, you know, like in 80s, rainbow on my eye and all that, but it was in fashion then. I've been married 17 years. It will be almost 18 years in February, because we got married in February. We got married in Barbados, so you might sometimes see that photo there. I know it's cut off now. That's taken on a beach in Barbados. So yeah, but we've been together, married 17, 22, 23 years. Janice Nicole, I would like to ask you how you are doing after going vegan. I have seriously been giving it a thought. I use a wellness center. Okay. I don't call myself, I never said I'm a vegan, because vegan is just a whole other thing. It's a lifestyle, it's not just a diet. I call myself plant-based, so basically I don't eat meat and I don't eat dairy, although now and again I let myself have fish. So if I'm out somewhere, there's absolutely nothing around here. Restaurants are not that good yet with catering to plant-based vegetarians yet, but in vegetarian dishes there is always lots of cheese, and I don't eat that now unless it's a vegan cheese. So I'm doing fine, you know. I feel good. I don't feel that much well, I do feel different actually. I feel so much less bloated and heavy. I've always had that heavy feeling around my waist. I still get it, you know, certain times of the month, but I've talked about it before. I really think it's the dairy, because I always thought the bread was bloating me out, but I still eat bread now, and I think it's the dairy. So, you know, dairy is very hard for us to digest. That's why we have so many people that are lactose intolerant. So lactose is the sugar in dairy that our body is not really good at processing. So yeah, I'm doing fine, although with being so busy before Christmas and all that, I haven't been cooking myself nice, good food. So I've been eating a bit of like a vegan junk food, you know. I've been eating vegetarian sausages, I've been eating pasta just with sauce, eating lots of sandwiches with my vegan cheese. And you know, yes, it's not meat, but it's still processed food. So I actually feel that I've put on a few pounds because of that. So in January I will start, you know, cooking again, preparing nice fresh food. So, but I'm doing fine. Okay, Anne Zira, she says that her English is not very good, but what I think she's asking me, how I organize myself in the morning to get ready. Okay, so our whole family has like a routine in the morning. When Max goes to school, we all get up at 7 o'clock. Paul usually goes downstairs with Louis. He makes me a cup of tea, and he takes Louis out. If Paul has to leave for work really early, then I have to get up and quickly take him out, or I take him out after I've dropped Max off. So and I just get ready. I've got my TV on my vanity, so I watch TV and I do my makeup. I don't have to leave the house till 8:20, so I've got hour and 20 minutes for myself. I probably sit there for an hour and get ready, and that's not because it necessarily takes me that long every day. It's just that I do it really slowly without rushing, and I like watching my TV, so that's why it takes so long. And you know, I come downstairs then and I get my room ready. If I'm doing nails, then I get all that ready. Then I take Max to school or to bus station. It depends, because some days he takes a bus, some days I take him, and it's been like this for years. So yeah, my routine is quite easy. It's always more difficult if Paul is traveling or he has to go to work early because then I have to go and walk Louis as well. Okay, Denise Burnside. Hello Denise, you are always so sweet. Your question is, are you still using retin-A, and if so, how do you get your skin looking so lovely when your skin flakes? Okay, I just stopped using retin-A 2 weeks ago, and that's exactly the reason, the peeling. I thought I don't want to be peeling for Christmas. So yes, I hate the peeling, and my skin does look horrible and peely for about 3 days, you know. I use my retin-A usually every other day. If the peeling gets too much, I drop 1 day again and do it every 3 days. There is one trick which Melissa55 gave us. When you putting your makeup on, do it with a mineral powder foundation and a brush and buff it, and that sort of buffs off the skin a bit. But what I also do, if the skin looks really peely, I use exfoliator in the morning, but you know, not the harsh one, the one like I just bought, the Peter Thomas Roth, and the peeling gel, because it's quite gentle. I'll just take dry face towel and buff it a bit, just something gentle to get the worst of it. And my skin doesn't look lovely while I'm peeling. It might look lovely on the camera because you can't see it that close up, but yeah, I back off if it peels too much. I know they say you should just go with it, go through the peeling and let your face get used to it. That's how you get the results, but I just can't do it. I can't be doing with walking around looking like a peeling lizard or a snake. So yeah, I'm a bit with my retin-A. I will go for it and I will do it non-stop for 3 weeks, and then I'm fed up with the peeling and I stop. So that's what happens. Okay, Linda Bellsbury, she has a question about meal planning. My daughter and I are vegetarians, but my husband, who is British, and 2 sons, love their meat. I know you try to eat healthy and your husband likes more traditional food, so how do you handle this? It's a nightmare basically. I'm used to it because I've always been cooking at least 2 different meals, because if you've been with me for a long time, you know about Max and his problem with food. Basically, he's got very narrow menu. There is only a few things he eats. He's had this since he was a child. I don't want to even go into it because the stress I've gone through with his eating is ridiculous, and I'm thinking he's old enough now to know how irrational he is, and hopefully he will change one day. But I've always had to cook something different for him than for us. And then when I've stopped eating meat, I sometimes cook 3 meals. And that's just the way it is. I cook something different for Paul, something different for Max, and something different for myself. So I'm quite used to it. It's not fun. I would rather just cook 1 meal for everybody. The one time we all get and sit together is Sundays, because I always do a roast dinner on Sunday, and Max likes roast chicken, roast pork, so he will eat the same as Paul on that day, and I can just have the potatoes and vegetables and have a vegetarian sausage, or sometimes I will have salmon fillet. So at least we eat together 1 day a week. And I'm curious about the sweater jumper hanging on the back of your chair. You wore it in a recent video and I really like it. Is it still available? No, I've said it before, that fluffy white cardigan that I sometimes have hanging, not in this room, but when I'm upstairs, hanging on my chair. It's so old. I'm not joking. It's probably 10 years old. I can't even remember where I bought it. I've got a black one as well, and I used to have like a powder blue one. So no, they are not available. They are not that nice anymore. I know the fluffiness is nice, but it's quite cropped and quite boxy. So it's something that I just put on to keep warm. It's not something that I wear on regular basis, and often I just hang it on the ugly chair. So. Donna Rose, my question is, you have such a gift to decorate. Do you get it from your mother? I don't know. I've never seen my mum being crafty. One thing she used to do when she was younger, she used to knit beautiful sweaters. She was quite good at that. I tried knitting, but I can only knit scarves or square blankets. But she used to knit all sorts of things. So maybe she has something, but I've never seen her actually doing things that I do. Although I think she's got good taste in dressing and in like interior decorating. So yeah, I think she's got good taste, but I don't think she's as creative and crafty like me. She always says to me, I don't know where you get it from. So a bit maybe. Okay, so this name is Reg Nay 2010. Sorry. Hi Nisha, I enjoy your videos so much. What do or did you do for a living in Korea? Okay, so my first job when I was still in Poland, I was 20. I worked as a PA to managing director of brand new company that supplied, we sold engine oils, petrol, diesel and stuff like that to businesses all over southern Poland. So I worked there and I loved it. Although at 20 I feel like I was a little child. Honestly, I think when I was 20, that was equivalent to kids 14 now. I think kids are so much more switched on these days and know much more and are more confident, and that might be to do with the social media and everything, you know, they just see so much more. But I loved it. I was earning very good wage. That was like my first job and I felt so grown up. So that was my first job. And then at 22 I came to England, and of course I couldn't speak English. I couldn't work at first because I was here just on a visa, and I got my residency probably within 6 months of being here because of my mum. If you don't know, my mother married an Englishman. She took my brother with her because he wasn't an adult, and I was just finishing school because I finished school at 18. My education, I never went to university because I knew I was coming to England. So so then I came to England at 22, and it was hard. I didn't really want to stay here because I think it was the language barrier. And I've left all my friends, but my mum wouldn't let me go back. She wanted to keep me with her. So, you know, slowly when my English got better, if you don't know, my mum and her husband used to run pubs. So then I went and did all the training for assistant manager for pubs. I did my NVQs so I could run a pub, and if my mum went on holiday I would be the one left in charge. And it is so much hard work. I know people think you just stand behind the bar and pour pints, pour beer and whatever, but there is so much behind the scenes. It's very early mornings and late nights. You know, you have to do the wages, the ordering, the stock check, everything. So I hated it. It wasn't for me. I absolutely hated working in a pub. So then I started working for a fruit machine company, and for those of you in US, they are the slot machines that we have in pubs and bars. So I worked for that company for a bit. I knew Paul by then I got pregnant, so I stopped working there. Then I miscarried. I didn't go back to work. Then I got pregnant with Max, and then I didn't work. I didn't work at all. I was lucky enough, and Max was lucky enough, that I could look after him, stay at home, be stay-at-home mum, and be there for him. I didn't have to have him with childminders and you know, stuff like that. And then when he got a bit older, I started working as a consultant for Virgin Cosmetics. I don't know if you remember that. I don't even know if they're still going. So I did that for a bit. And then I started working in a hair salon as a receptionist. And that, I was very lucky because it was my friend's business, and she let me work you know, just the hours that Max was at school, so I could still take him to school, pick him up from school. So it was very lucky. So I worked there for about 5 years, and towards the end, that's when I did the course for my nails and waxing also, and eyebrow and eyelash tinting and stuff like that. And then I stopped working in a salon and I started working for myself, doing nails and waxing, and I'm still doing it, although it is not huge business. I've got very small client base that are just very regular. So that's what I do now, and obviously YouTube is becoming my second job. So actually YouTube feels like full-time job. It doesn't pay what the full-time job would, but it's like a full-time job. I do spend a lot of time on my YouTube. Okay, I will do this as a last question because I can see that the video is getting quite long and I will have to do another one. Do you have your lips filled? Do you derma roll? What do you know about it? So with derma rolling, I've done a video about it. I see someone already answered that. Sorry, and that was peas, love, vegetables. Now I don't have my lips filled, and if you've been with me from the beginning, you know I haven't. I have quite good lips, especially the bottom one. The top one is not as big as the bottom one, but I have quite pronounced cupid's bow, so when I put the lip liner on, I suppose it looks a bit bigger. My top lip is not as fat, as plump as the bottom, I suppose. It's losing a bit of volume. I don't know if I would ever have my lips done. I imagine that must be very painful, and also I would be scared to have that big. I don't know, I probably wouldn't. I would rather have my eyes done and my teeth. So if you know anybody that can do my teeth for nothing, because it's very expensive, I'm there. I've hated my teeth all my life, so I probably wouldn't have my lips done, but eyes yet. But again, if I wanted double eyelid surgery, that's like £4,000 or £5,000. So okay, I'm gonna finish here because it's been almost 30 minutes, and then I will record part 2. There might be part 3, I don't know. So I see you in part 2.